Hi, we're at station 3 of our prayer walk, and I want you to think about that God is not just the creator of all creation and the creator of ourselves, but another truth that we learn about God in the Bible is that He is called our rock. Now, I have this big rock right here, and it's kind of a special rock because we used to live in a place called Unionville, Virginia, and it was near the mountains, and because it was near the mountains, we had very rocky soil, and this was a rock that we brought with us from Unionville, and we keep it in the backyard usually. I brought it out here to show you today. So we have a big rock, and I want you to know that God is also our rock. Here are a couple of Bible verses that talk to us about how God is our rock. Psalm 18:2 says, "The Lord is my rock, my fortress and my deliverer. My God is my rock, in whom I take refuge, my shield and the horn of my salvation, my stronghold." And all of those things mean that God protects us. In Deuteronomy 32:4, we read that He is the rock, His works are perfect, and all His ways are just. A faithful God who does no wrong, upright and just is He. And so these things tell us that God is a rock. Now, when we refer to God as our rock, we're meaning that He's our firm foundation. He is our solid support, and we can count on that. We can count on Him to be there with us no matter what we're facing, no matter what fears, what troubles, what anxieties. God can be that rock for us. But the Bible doesn't just call God our rock. It also uses rocks and stones as ways to represent ways we can honor God. In the book of Joshua, we find the account of the Israelites crossing the Jordan River. And in faithfulness, Joshua had 12 men set up 12 stones. They stood up 12 stones to remind the Israelites of God's help crossing the Jordan River. These stones were placed there to be a reminder to future generations of God's faithfulness. And then again, in 1 Samuel 7:12, we have the account of the prophet Samuel telling the Israelites to put aside their false gods and return to God with all their heart. And the Israelites realized that they had been sinning, and they felt sorry for all of the bad things they had been doing and asked God to save them from their enemy, the Philistines. And you know what? God did. And so in response to God's faithfulness, Samuel took up a stone and he set it up between Mizpah and Shem, and he named it Ebenezer. You've heard Ebenezer before, maybe, in a Christmas carol when we think about Ebenezer Scrooge. But this word comes from the Bible, and it means, "Thus far has the Lord helped us." Well, I have an Ebenezer, and it's right here. And it's a stepping stone that I keep right here by my front porch. And so every day I come in and out of the house, I can see this Ebenezer. And this is a stepping stone that I made a long time ago. And I made it at a time when I was having a really hard time with some things. And I had been studying the Bible, and I read through this passage in 1 Samuel, and it said, "Thus far has the Lord helped me," and He made a stone, an Ebenezer, and I said, I'm going to make myself a stone. And so I did. And I have put in here, "Thus far has the Lord helped me," 1 Samuel 7:12. And it's decorated with some colorful stones. And I keep it right here. And the thing is, when I made this stone, I knew God was helping me. He had already helped me. He was continuing to help me, but I wasn't finished with all of the things that God was working through at that time. And so the stone reminded me that I needed to remember that God would continue to help me. And you know what? That never goes away from me. I always need to see my stone and just remember. It just stands as a reminder that God is my rock, and that so far He's helped me through everything I've ever had in life, anything that's gone on. So I'm reminded of the tough times, but I'm also reminded God is faithful, and He has helped me through them, and I know He will continue to do that, just like He's going to help you through any of the problems and fears and worries and anxieties you're having about going back to school this year and anything else going on in the world. Take a minute to pray and thank God for his faithfulness and ask him to help you remember that he is your rock.